Hey everyone, it's Deacon082, and welcome back to Pokemon LeafGreen Randomizer Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we defeated Kaga, the gym leader of Fuchsia City. And here I'm picking up the Good Rod, even though I'm probably never going to ever use the Good Rod. But anyway, the next place we are going to head is down south, but first I think I'm going to do a little bit of training, just because honestly, you're not supposed to go south yet, and I think I'm going to get Kaylee up to 35, along with Ariel and Ricardo. It shouldn't take long, so I'll do another little montage thing like I did in a few episodes back. So I'll leave a little link in the corner if you feel like skipping this. But yeah, I'll meet you guys back when I'm finished. And we are back! Ariel has just hit level 35, and if you watched the whole training montage part, then you really didn't miss much. I mean, you really didn't see much. It was rather uninteresting. I don't blame you for skipping over it. I mean, I hate to put something like that at the start of my video, but I decided to. Okay, so another rule comes into play while I'm surfing that I think I came up with myself. It's important to note what Pokemon you are surfing on, because if the Pokemon you're surfing on faints in battle, then it's essentially a death. And pretty much, I'm surfing on Ariel right now. Not a death, it's pretty much a game over, although I'm not gonna let that happen to myself. Surf should do quite a bit to a Slacking, who can only attack every other turn, and on its only turn it decided to heal health when it was already full. Okay, that works. By the way, Secret Power looks exactly the same as Surf when you're on water, but it's still a normal type move, despite it being on water. You know what I mean? But we're going to take out a lot of these trainers here on Route 19, which is just a straight south route, and it seems like every single trainer here has a Slacking, now we are locked into using Surf every time we attack for a few turns. Which, I mean, that's not a bad thing to be locked into over here. And a Ditto, so we're going to Surf on it and take it out before it even can transform into us. That's good. And then a Numble, so we're locked into Surf, and that is brilliant. How does Numble even stand on that water? I don't know. But never question Pokemon logic. Just never do it. But here we have a Sceptile, and I probably should switch because it's a fast Pokemon. But I'm going to Fly and see how much it does because it's not very defensive. And we take it out with Fly. Our Flying Seeking is getting a lot of action. And then a Hoppip, so we can fly on that. Aerial learns Waterfall around 44, and at that point, it will know 4 HM moves. I honestly did not plan this, but it's how it's going to be. But at least they're strong HM moves. They're not like Cut and stuff like that. It's actually going to be still pretty useful despite being my HM slave. I hate to call it that because it's really not. We'll go to Kaylee for a bit. Gonna get an encounter here soon, but I figure we'll take out the trainers because the water encounters are not very high, and that wasn't a great switch, but oh well, we can switch to Tails to take out this Marowak that's probably not going to threaten us at all, and we'll just Surf on it and take it out in one hit. Yep. Never underestimate the power of a giant wave crashing down. Never underestimate the power of Icy Wind either. Of course, it's a Farfetch, so it's probably not going to stand up to that, and we're a Dugong. But hey, that worked pretty well. But here's our encounter for round 19. It's an Auron while surfing. Actually pretty interesting, and we can actually do some damage to this. Maybe not. Well, Ember's normal effective, and with Auron's low special defense, it would kill it, probably. So we're kinda stuck just stomping it for a while and hoping it, I don't know, hoping it doesn't do that and lower our accuracy, because that's gonna be a pain. Metal Claw, not very effective, could boost its attack. Aggron is a really awesome Pokemon. I love it so much, and being a Steel type makes it automatically good for Nuzlocke, just because it's Steel and it has such high defense and resists so many things, that it's a Pokemon I'd like to use. It's got to do a lot of leveling up to get up to the level of my team though, but yeah. Auron, it eats iron to build its steel body. It is a pest that descends from mountains to eat bridges, and I accidentally tapped A there. And I have absolutely no idea what to name this Aggron. I mean this Auron. I sat here for like a minute thinking of a name, and I'm just gonna name it Henry. I don't know why. But up here we have a double battle, and let's use Kaylee and Ricardo for this double battle if we can get into it. Okay. This is an extra set of trainers that weren't here in Red and Blue. And they have a Shroomish and a Haunter, which actually works out really well as we can use Ember on the Shroomish and, well, Rock Slide on both. And hopefully get the kill before Curse comes into effect. Yep, that'll do it. That works really well. And well, that was a very easy double battle. But this little clusterfuck of 4 trainers has always been fun. This guy has 5 Tentacools in the normal game, but here he has a Gardevoir, which is actually a really good Pokemon. Special attack and special defense. Pretty fast too, not extremely fast. Nothing like Alakazam's speed, but good enough. And then a Wailmer, so, well, we don't have much that can handle water types right now, so we'll just go for Chuck, and the usual. Chuck is just very handily defeating all these water types, all these grass types, and an Apom. He can obviously handle that. Apom, I liked Apom, but I don't think I've ever had one or used one. I'm not a fan of Ambipom though. It's one of the ugliest evolutions for such a cute Pokemon in Apom. I don't know, a lot of people like it, but I really don't. As here comes Gengar, which Chuck can't actually touch ghost types. But once again, it using Curse is a good thing because it brings its health down to half, and Rock Slide goes first and kills it because that Quick Claw really coming in handy right here. But once again, these 4 trainers, this guy really loves our ride, and she's got 5 Pokemon as well. This is just amazing. One of them's a Machamp, and pretty defensive. More defensive than you'd think. Of course, it is like extremely bulky looking. Doesn't look like many attacks would be able to take it out easily. I'm just waiting for Kaylee to learn a good fire move. If anyone could tell me, I mean, I could easily look it up, but if anyone could tell me when Rapidash learns Flamethrower or something of the sort, leave a comment and I'll keep it in consideration. That is, of course, if it's not in the next, like, 2 levels, which means I'll already have the fire move by the time this video goes up, because this is the first one I'm recording, and I'm probably recording 2 in a row, which I usually do. And because I'm using Kaylee a lot, Kaylee will get some levels in that time. So yeah, another fire type on the water. It's a lot easier in the normal game because you know they don't have... Well, you know they all have water types, so you can just spam an electric type like a Raichu, or a grass type like Venusaur if you picked it, and just easily take these guys out. But here we gotta get creative because so many different types. We can easily use Fly or Surf on this Nincada. Take it out pretty easily. And, I mean, I suppose I could just skip by a lot of these trainers, but just the random aspect makes it interesting. As here's an Articuno. Articuno, that is a critical hit, does quite a bit, but this Powder Snow, even though we resist it, well, okay, that hardly did anything. But Articuno is a beast, especially defensively, but like I've mentioned before, defensive ice types still aren't very defensive just because how many weaknesses they have, so ice just is a terrible type. Even Dugong is pretty defensive, but it just, if it gets in a bad situation, then I don't know, there's just so many things it's weak to. Here's a Rhyhorn, so we have our choice of which water type to use. We'll go with Tails just for the heck of it. Everybody's kind of evening up on level, which is a good thing. It always seems to happen. I'd like to get Chuck and Celio up to like 40 or so, but I want to keep the rest of my team steady so we don't fall behind too much. There's a Lairon, the first evolution of Auron. It didn't stay on screen long, so I'm not going to talk about it long. But this will take us to Route 20, where we can get another encounter. I think we'll get our encounter first here, and it is a Zangoose. Only level 8 though, so we can't really weaken it. I don't have anything that could possibly weaken this, so we'll chuck a few balls, and it depends on if I feel like it. I don't know how hard Zangoose is to catch, but it's a normal type. It's really powerful. And that was not as hard to catch as I expected. Caught it on the second ball at full health. Zangoose, the lifelong rival of Seviper. We're going to break away from the normal people names, and our Zangoose is going to be named Battlescar. I just thought of it off the top of my head, and I don't know, it seems like a good nickname. If Zangoose ever gets used in my party, which I doubt it, but it'll be a pretty good member, because it gets really high attack stat and can learn a variety of moves, but the problem is, it doesn't evolve even though it's strong, and I'd have to level it up all the way from 8, which is pretty discouraging if I ever wanted to use it on my team. But hey, nothing's out of the question, because I can do as much training as I want. It'll just take a while to level up. I don't have an EXP share, and I'm never going to get one, but oh well. Let's go to Darlene. We haven't seen Darlene yet this episode, because I've been using my countless other water types. Here's another Zangoose. We could have had this Zangoose as well. Crap. I hate these trainers that swim around, especially when you're on super speed, even though this isn't very super. But man, these guys all seem to have a ton of Pokemon at this point. That Aurora Beam takes out the Butterfree. This is bad commentary. And then a Stantler, which is going to intimidate us. Stantler's cool. I had one in Crystal, but never used it. I thought of putting it in my party, but it just wasn't going to happen because I thought I'd get some better Pokemon out of... I just gotta kill this Skitty as fast as I can, sorry. Sorry, I hate Skitty so bad. But like I said, I got some pretty good use out of the 2 Pokemon I caught in Kanto. But of course I didn't finish that run because, well, I had some trouble with Kanto. Because I didn't level up my team enough, and then I'm like, oh well, everybody in my party's weak to ice moves, and then Misty has like a Lapras, so that didn't go well. You can watch the end battle with Misty and see how bad I failed. I'll link that episode in the description. Or in the bottom corner of this screen, might as well. And Nuzleaf, I think we're almost done with the trainers on this route. I have no idea how long this episode is going to be, but I've been recording for quite a while. 26 minutes now, but a lot of that was sped up, so I don't know. Rest. Like I said, I didn't use it on Tails, and I'm not going to use it here. Darlene actually gets Rest and Snore, but Snore isn't very good, so I'm going to not teach either, because I'd have to free up 2 move slots just to be able to attack while sleeping. It's not worth it. So yeah, that's all the trainers here, and we have made land. They say that Misty trains here. Oh, no, there's one more trainer sitting over here, so we'll take out this one more trainer before we head into the Seafoam Islands, and maybe this is Misty with her Togepi. Interesting. Maybe it's just one of Misty's friends. I don't know if this trainer was here in Red and Blue. It obviously didn't have a Togepi, but I don't know, it's completely random what they have. Why am I still going through with this? But here we are at the Seafoam Islands. As you can see, there are 2 islands here. We can't go in this one from here. The entrance is kind of blocked, but we can't go west either, so it looks like we'll have to head through the Seafoam Islands in order to make any progress. And I also, well, I could go back and heal, but I'd have to make it back here, so I'm just gonna sit here and stay where I am. And next time on Pokemon LeafGreen Randomizer Nuzlocke, we will be headed inside the Seafoam Islands and seeing what awaits us. So, see you guys next time in Seafoam.